Well, hey boys and girls, thanks for coming back to MunroLive, and this is our little wrap-up for the Polestar 2. I will tell you right off the bat, I do like this car. I'm going to go through the good news, bad news, and what I do like and what I don't care for. But in essence, in a whole statement, if you like, this is a car that'll be a real contender for Tesla. So far, this is the one that I think could have the most legs. So what do I like about this car? First off, I like the looks. I like the Mustang. It's kind of an aggressive look, and this is definitely kind of in between aggressive, which is what the Mustang looks like, and happy, if you want to use that term, or feminine for the Tesla. This car is somewhere in between. It's like happy aggressive. I like the fact that this is quick. It's very fast. I don't think it's as fast as the Tesla, but I think it's equal to the Mustang. It's very responsive. I would have never guessed with a rear twist beam and the basically coilover shock that I would have got the ride that I got out of this car. It's surprisingly good. It's very responsive, especially if you put it on firm. I like the fact that I can do 1 foot braking, or 1 foot driving, I should say. This car really works really quite well. This works as good as a Tesla when it comes to that. I like the fact that there's plenty of back seat room. This is a very roomy kind of a vehicle. Then we talk about the frunk and the trunk. Both of them are at least there, and they're kind of roomy. They could be bigger though. When we started digging underneath here, we found that there was more room, and I don't know why they didn't take advantage of that room. And like I pointed out when we were looking at the rear suspension, the trunk could have gone down further and taken the place of a bracket. So we would have, the buyer would have got a bigger trunk, and they would have got rid of a piece of steel that's used as a cross member, that C-channel steel. So I would have changed that. I like the transitional control system that's inside the IP for the screens to the IP. That's been very popular with some of the people who've never driven a Tesla, or actually never driven an electric vehicle before. They like that there's something in front of them that tells them what's going on, and they don't have to continuously look to the side. Personally, that really didn't do it for me. I like the fact that there's a few controls up there that I need to look at periodically. But for the most part, I think that this is a very good transitional vehicle. I like the fact that there's gas shocks in the front. I don't know why other car companies would even dream of putting in a prop rod. I mean, why would you do that? I mean, this is so much cleaner and easier. I would have changed this from. I would have opened the front with something on the IP, or one of the controls inside, as opposed to having a lever. I don't like levers, and I don't understand why it is that I have to have one of these when Tesla doesn't do it. I mean, really? So there's a couple of things here that maybe we could change. People make mistakes, and this is impossible to make a mistake on. It's a little thing, but it makes a big deal. And after hearing about people making mistakes with washer bottles and brake fluid and whatnot, that's not good. So let's talk about some of the bad things. So let's swing over here. I find this car slightly uncomfortable to drive because the accelerator pedal is now the only thing that I'm using in this car, and that console gets in the way for me. I don't like the cup holder. I don't like the fact that I have to flip something up into the back seat in order to get to the second cup holder. I don't know what they were thinking here, but that's not a good idea. I think the rear window is way too small. I was really shocked at how little room there is there. Now, I realized too that everybody's using the backup cameras or the rear cameras to do a lot of the driving now, and that's fine. But for me, the rear window was a little too small. Number one complaint. Are you kidding me? Why after looking at this, look at how clean this is. This is like spectacular. The one thing I can say for sure is that the Mustang got it right with this. I love this. I absolutely love the idea that I don't have door handles. And I bet you every stylist on the planet is the same way. So we look at it a little bit further, then there's the fact that it's not really bad news, but it's news. This is the first real competitor to Tesla, and it's Chinese. People keep telling me, oh yeah, the Chinese will never ever. Don't believe that for a second. I'm old. And I remember when the Japanese showed up, and I remember hearing all kinds of executives saying things like, oh, the Japanese can have the small car market. They'll never understand trucks and luxury and full size. Bull. These guys, see these gaps here? This is not an accident, okay? This car is really well made, and for the first, this car is built by Volvo, but Volvo is owned by Geely, and Geely is a Chinese company, and they make very good cars in China, and actually in lots of other parts of the world. So Geely is known for making good cars. Volvo is well known for making safe cars that women like to drive, and these guys got their heads together and they produce something that's really and truly, like I say, this is the first real competitor I can see to Tesla. So, like I say, this is a really good car. I think that the other OEMs out there, they better have their heads screwed on really tight, because if this is the first invader, if you like to say, then that Mustang and definitely Volkswagen, they better really check these out, because these cars all cost about the same amount of money, but for the value and for the market that they're trying to capture, you don't have a frunk? Really? You don't give me gas shocks? Really? You don't go really fast? Really? It's not going to take long for people to sort out which things they like and which they don't. And I'm going to tell you, this car is going to sell. I think that one's going to do well as well, but the problem is there's only 50,000 of these going to be made this year. And I really don't like the fact that people are using the word Mexican Mustang. I don't like that sort of talk, but I love this car. This car did really well. This car did phenomenally well, but I'm still a Tesla fan. Anyhow, that's all. I don't want to go any further than that. Thanks very much for watching. Keep tipping those cashiers. Thank you for those people who've started signing up again with as subscribers. We really appreciate it. We don't normally ask, but I just like to say thank you for doing that. See you again soon.